Sup?
Who the hell are you?
Do you hate your life?
What?
The meaningless grind?
Get away from me.
The turmoil of slowly dying alone because no one will love you.
I mean, maybe.
Don't worry, Brosif. I got the cure.
Is it drugs?
No, it's a mobile game.
What? So I've been getting ads for this game called Arknights, but I don't know a damn thing about the game. Like, look at these ads.
10 cc's, stat!
Wait!
We're running out of time!
He could spiral!
We need a crash cart now! Clear.
Wait!
Sorry, kid, we don't have time to listen to an intern.
I can save him.
Never seen before, and playing it feels like plunging into the exhilarating unknown, and then hurled into a battle of epic proportions. And just when you think all hope is lost, you emerge victorious.
Endless drudgery of your job, your boring group of friends. Now you can get away from all that nonsense by devoting your life to Arknights.
What the hell does that have to do with the game? I don't even think I saw gameplay in any of these ads. So I decided to take the plunge and I actually downloaded the game on my phone. But the game has no selling points in any of its ads. So I made a list of things to go through to figure out whether or not that this game that I keep getting ads for is actually good. So let's jump into the weird, wild world of Arknights. What's the story of Arknights? Here's what I gathered from the game. You're a doctor who lost his memory. You used to study some disease that's going around, and you commanded a group of anime furries called Rhodes Island. No relation to the state in the US, so why is it even called that? Anyhow, you were rescued after being in some kind of cryostasis or slumber, and you're woken up by some anime girl who's got the hots for you since she was your number 2. There's also 2 rival military groups fighting against each other. One of them has the disease and the other one doesn't. And that's all I could remember. Here's what the wiki says. The world of Arknights is constantly plagued by natural disasters called catastrophes. Its cause and origins are unknown,
but it has caused most civilizations to adopt a mobile nomadic lifestyle. In the wake of catastrophes, a substance called originium is left behind. While it is infectious, causing a disease known as oropathy, originium can also be utilized for energy, to perform or enhance magic, and other things. As such, originium industry thrives, leading to the birth of mobile cities, which makes up the majority of the world. The knowledge base has also made populations of semi-animalistic humanoids called ancients. Ancients are more susceptible to oropathy than normal humans are, making them generally fearful of those
infected with oropathy. So what the fuck does this all mean, and why don't I remember any of it? So, to explain, oropathy is a virus that turns you into rocks. If you get the sickness, you die. No take-backsies. But those rocks are your currency for recruiting new characters. You have 2 types of what I'll call dead rocks because I'm not going to say originium over and over again. There's originium that's pure, which I'm assuming is just harvested off of dead bodies. And that's your premium currency. No surprise the game has in-app purchases, but we'll touch on that later. Then there's an artificial version of it, which is used to recruit your furries. There's different classes of people that you can recruit. There's defenders, long-range, magic users, and melee, and medics. But all of them are furries for some reason, and apparently they've always been there. There is humans in the story, but if they're not anime, they're super realistic, and it clashes with the anime characters. I mean, look at this guy. He just looks like Blackbeard from Rainbow Six. So how come the wiki had to explain this to me? Because the game's dialogue is god-awful. The writing is stiff and rigid, and it takes so long to say just like the tiniest things that it actually put me to sleep while I was reading it. But don't get me wrong, the writing is grammatically correct, but it is completely incomprehensible to understand. Your brain goes into autopilot mode when you read this, and all the words just kind of meld together to make some kind of word soup. And by the time you actually get somewhere to where you can play the game, I have no idea what's going on, and it makes no sense at all.
They're attacking Amiya.
So, with the story stuff out of the way, we should probably talk about what really matters in this game. Gameplay. gameplay for Arknights actually isn't that bad. Arknights is a tower defense game, so all the weeaboos who played Bloons tower defense back in middle school get to have their cake and eat it too. You're only allowed a select amount of characters to put on the field, and they all cost different amounts to place them. Some characters allow you to put things like turrets on the field as well, and you get your currency to put characters down by just waiting. Each enemy does something different. Some run, some fly, and some just kind of walk past characters entirely. You use some of your characters heal others, and some characters block pathway. Honestly, the gameplay loop is fun. For like 3 missions. The thing is that there's no variety in enemy type, and all of the missions are way too short. I don't want to kill 25 enemies, I want to kill 60 or 100 enemies before my mission is over. It feels less like strategy and more like putting guys on the field for 3 minutes. And while someone might just say keep playing, I would if those 3-minute segments weren't completely interrupted by 3 to 5 minutes of tutorials that could have been easily explained in a line of dialogue during the original 3-minute mission. Or the 5 to 10 minutes of just incomprehensible babble from the cutscenes that aren't even good by visual novel standards. You mean to tell me that on a major story moment, you follow that up by giving me another tutorial? I've already done 6 of them, why are you giving me a 7th? It makes no sense at all because their tutorials have some kind of story to them. But the person that's being trained in the story, I got that person 3 missions ago. The tutorials should have been over once that character finished their little arc. When making this video, I was really trying to just keep giving the game the benefit of the doubt to keep going through the stuff that I liked. But the stuff that I liked kept getting stopped by stuff that I didn't want. And there was so much of the stuff that I didn't want in between the stuff that I did want that it just killed my drive to keep playing the game. And aside from that, the gameplay halts to explain how to upgrade characters and recruit new ones. This is all pretty self-explanatory, so why do I need a 5-minute tutorial that explains how to do it using my own resources that I've gained from playing missions? What if I didn't want to upgrade the rabbit chick? What if I wanted to upgrade the demon wizard girl or something? Well, regardless, there's one more thing I want to talk about for this game. This game is just a gacha game. Basically, to unlock new characters, you need to use the dead rocks to recruit new people who come in drops. And they range from 1 star to 5 stars. 5 being the most valuable. But to pay to get more people, you need one of the 12 different currencies to unlock them. So how do you get this currency? Well, playing the game is one, but you don't get much. So you could 3-star missions and get one of the premium currency to turn into the currency to make new characters, or you could always pay Arknights money to get the premium currency to turn into the normal currency to unlock more characters. A big upside of Arknights gacha mechanics is that you might find yourself with a lot of currency, and from what I've played, they don't actually go too hard on incentivizing to get you to pay for it, unlike in Raid Shadow Legends. But then again, all of the UI looks super weird and playing it puts my brain in power save mode. With over 20 different types of furries to get, collectors are either going to play too much of the game, or they're going to spend too much money on the game itself to get every character. From all of the money that I got from doing the missions, I opened 13 loot boxes, and I got 3 duplicates from the game, which can be used to upgrade more. But if 3 out of the 13 drops are duplicates, then those numbers are just going to get more and more prevalent, which will incentivize people more and more to spend more money to get the characters that they actually want to get. While the gameplay loop of Arknights is actually pretty fun, The short missions being halted by long cutscenes and tutorials that should have been in single lines on regular gameplay really kills the drive to keep playing the game anymore. Arknights is not.
Plunging into the exhilarating unknown.
But if you like tower defense games and you think you can sit through this, go ahead and download the game. If not, you can always come hang out with me and play Bloons Tower Defense.